sure my just started. Take it off. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the New Rhythm Art Center's live stream, Facebook live stream. My name is Katherine Davis. Welcome. And for those of you who have been with us since the beginning of this month, paying tribute to classic blues singer, thank you so much for coming back and being with us. We're here at the New Rhythm Arts Center, and where Alicia Hempling is the president of the New Rhythm Arts Center. Always say thank you so much because she contributes so much to the performing arts. Thank you, Alicia. We have Alex, who is our sound engineer, Alex Robinson, and he is just so wonderful in his work and his spirit. So there's lots of good spirit in this house. I call it this house because it's filled with everything about performing arts and friendship and love, right? And then our friends who join us are same thing, same. I would like to say thank you so much for our contributors and for those of you who support us, who have supported us. I'm saying hi to George and hi to Victor and Penny. Thank you so much for your contributions to this wonderful program. Thank you, and to all of our other contributors. I'd like to say thank you to Department of Cultural Affairs and Mayor Lori Lightfoot for helping to support me in all the music projects that I have created. I did last year receive the Chicago Esteemed Artist Award last year, and I've been able to do so many great projects with the contributions, and also to the Lawyers for the Creative Arts, who are working with me to help wherever I need with the legalities of my original songs. I'm currently in the recording studio working on some music, original songs, and I'm so happy. I feel so happy and delighted because I've been waiting a long time for this, to happen, and so everything is just good. So I guess paying tribute to the classic blues singers who I've been featuring, I think the blues gods are like happy because I'm keeping them alive. Their contributions, what they've given, the pioneers they are of being professional singers and band leaders and dancers and songwriters and musicians and working as activists and helping people in so many ways of trying to find a better life, trying to find a better way in life. And so back during the 20th century, during the time of the Great Migration, many of the migrants left down south after slavery was abolished, and they started heading north to the northern cities, Chicago, Philadelphia, New York, and many other cities. Chicago is considered like the stomping grounds for many entertainers from anywhere down south. So the women singers, like the ones I featured on the first program that I did was Ma Rainey, and I had, Ma Rainey, Bessie Smith, Billie Holiday, Mamie Smith. Okay, Ma Rainey and Mamie Smith, and then Bessie Smith and Billie Holiday. And so this evening I'm going to feature Ida Cox and Sippy Wallace. And most of these songs, well, I've sung all of these songs somewhere through life. Most of them I have, I sang with Erwin Helfer. Hi, Erwin. Erwin Helfer in the Chicago Boogie Ensemble. I hope he's watching. So anyway, I would like to say that you see this gentleman right here, Mr. Tony Milano. He's been with me all the way, and I owe him big time. I owe Tony big time, Maestro Tony Milano, because I can just give him my music, and I know it's not right, Tony, but I'm learning. I'm still a baby. I'm still a baby, Tony. I'm still a baby. So I just whip these songs on him, and everybody can't do that. Musicians, all musicians can't do that. So I want to get started here and talk to you about Miss Ida Cox. And starting with Ida Cox, she was born, her birth name was Ida M. Prather. Can you hear me? A little bit louder. Okay. So her born name was Ida M. Prather. I'm saying Prather. And she was an American singer and vaudeville performer, best known for her blues performances and recordings. She was billed as the uncrowned queen of the blues. Wow. A lot of those singers had these crowned names. In her childhood and early career, Ida was born Ida M. Prather, the daughter of Lamax and Susie Knight Prather in Toccoa County, Georgia. She grew up in Cedartown, Polk County, Georgia. Many sources, they give her birth date as February 26, 1896, but the researchers have suggested that she was born in 1888 and noted other evidence suggesting that she was born in 1894. See, that's because a lot of our history was not documented correctly or not documented. And so a lot of it is missing, and so you have to, like, if you can't trace back to your heritage, you know, it's all about a guessing game, and which is what the big problem is with our history as well, not being included or was erased. All right. Okay. So her family lived and worked in the shadow of the Riverside Plantation, the private residence of the wealthy Prather family from which her namesake came. She faced a future of poverty and few educational and employment opportunities. Ida joined the local African Methodist choir at an early age and developed an interest in gospel music and performance. And at the age of 14, she left home to tour with White and Clark's Black and Tan Minstrels. So, can we sing a spiritual? Tony? Which one did we say? Amazing Grace? Okay, let's do Amazing Grace. Sing Amazing Grace. An all-time favorite song, which has its own history that we'll find out. Okay. that saved my soul for me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved, until that day, until that hour, when I first believed. Through many toils and dangers, I've already gone, but His blessed Spirit covered me, and He let me know that I am His own. So beautiful. Wherever you are, give Tony Milano a big round of applause. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved my soul for me. I once was lost, but now I am found. I was blind, but now I see. I see. Now I see. Now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved my soul for me. Put a cap on it. All right. So at the age of 14, Ida left home to tour with White and Clark's Black and Tan Minstrels. She began her career on stage by playing Topsy, a pickaninny role commonly performed in vaudeville shows of the time, often in blackface. Cox's early experience with touring troupes included stints with other African-American traveling minstrel shows on the Theater Owners Booking Association vaudeville circuit. The Florida Orange Blossom Minstrels, the Silas Green Show, and the Rabbit Foot Minstrels. The Rabbit Foot Minstrels, organized by F.S. Walcott and based after 1918 in Port Gibson, Mississippi, were important not only for the development of Cox's performing career, but also for launching the careers of her idols, Ma Rainey and Bessie Smith. Right. Known regionally as the Foots, the troupe provided a nurturing environment in which Cox developed her stage presence, but life on the vaudeville circuit was trying for performers and workers alike. Paul Oliver wrote in The Story of the Blues, the Foots traveled in two cars and had an 80 by 110 tent, which was raised by the roustabouts and canvasmen while a brass band would parade in town to advertise the coming of the show. The stage would be of boards on a folding frame and Coleman lanterns. Gasoline mantle lamps acted as footlights. There were no microphones. The weaker voiced singers used a megaphone, but most of the featured women blues singers scorned such aids to volume when she was not singing. Cox performed as a sharp-witted comedian in vaudeville shows, gaining stage experience and cultivating her stage presence. By 1908, though some sources suggest 1916, she married Adler Cox, who performed as a trumpeter with the Florida Orange Blossom Minstrels, a group with which she briefly toured. Their marriage was cut short by his death in World War I. She kept his surname for the rest of her performing career. In the early 1920s, she married Eugene Williams and gave birth to a daughter, Helen. Few other details are known of this marriage, which ended also in divorce. Wow. In 1927, she married Jesse Tiny Crump, a blues piano accompanist active on the Theater Owners Booking Association vaudeville circuit. I got a song in here for all them three marriages. Wait, Any Woman's Blues. Huh? Oh, Any Woman's Blues? Okay. Slow blues. Let's go to G. 1, 2, 3, My man ain't acting right. He stays out late at night, but still he says he loves me. He loves no one but me. He says he loves me. But if I find that gal that's trying to steal my pal, I'll get her told. I'll get her told. Just wait and see. Oh yeah. I feel so blue, don't know what to do. Every woman in my place is bound to feel blue too. Cause my man is a lover, oh yes he is. Every woman in this place is bound to feel blue too. Lord, 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 I love my man better than I love myself. I don't know why I do that all the time. I love my man better than I love myself. And if he don't have me, he won't have nobody else. But guess what? My man got teeth like a lighthouse in the sea. Yes, my man's got teeth like a lighthouse in the sea. Mm-hmm. And every time he smiles, he throws them lights on me. His voice sounds like chimes. I mean like the organ kind. Yes, baby. His voice sounds like chimes. I mean the organ kind. And every time he speaks to me, it soothes my troubling mind. Play the blues, Tony. Oh, yes. Put your hands together. Help us out. Help us out now. Oh, yeah. I love these blues. You want some more? He wants some more. Yes, yes, yes. When you got the blues, just hold on to them. They say if you ain't got the blues, you got a hole in your soul. I don't know if that's true, because I always have some kind of blues. Mr. Tony Milano. Oh, baby. Make me say, Every time I see my man, I say, Oh, yes. And every time he looks at me, and every time he speaks to me, I just melt like butter. Yes, I do. And I get jealous too here. I'm gonna buy myself a graveyard of my own. I ain't going that far. That's Ida saying this. I'm gonna buy me a graveyard of my own. 'Cause I'm gonna hurt somebody if they don't leave my man alone. Mess with him, he mine. Let me. When he comes around me, he make me feel so good. Yes, he do. You got somebody to make you feel good like that? Yo, baby. When he come around me, he makes me feel so good. And like James Brown would say, so good. Make me feel so good. So good. I want to moan again. I say, hmm, 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 make me feel so good. One more time. I say, make me feel so good. Oh, yes, you make me feel so good, baby. All right. Uh-huh. That's right. She wrote that song. Those were like 1923. All right. Let me see. Where'd I go? Love, 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 love. So when we went into her personal life, and she married 3 different men, she gained, by 1915, Ida had advanced from the pickaninny roles of her early minstrel years to singing the blues almost exclusively. In 1920, she left the vaudeville circuit briefly to appear as a headline act at the 81 Theater in Atlanta with the pianist Jelly Roll Morton. Her commanding stage presence and expressive delivery earned Cox star billing, and by the early 1920s, she was regarded as one of the finest solo acts offered by the shows, and traveled the Theater Owner Bookie Association circuit in March 22. And 1922, a performance by Cox at the Beale Street Palace in Memphis, Tennessee. And she received positive reviews, leading to exposure to a wider audience. Her recording career was after the success of Mamie Smith's 1920 recording of Crazy Blues. Record companies became aware of a demand for recording of race music, race records. The classic female blues era had begun and would extend through the 1920s. With her popularity in the South rapidly increasing, Cox caught the attention of talent scouts and secured a contract with Paramount Records, the same company for which her idol Ma Rainey recorded. Paramount called her the uncrowned queen of blues. Okay, don't mean nothing. She's still great. Between September 1923 and October 29, she recorded 78 titles for Paramount. For her numerous recording sessions, Paramount provided Cox with outstanding backup musicians, such as the pianist Lovey Austin. Yeah, Lovey Austin. And her band, the Blues Serenaders, featuring Jimmy O'Brien, which played clarinet, and Tommy Lanier played cornet. And during this period, Lovey Austin, she played piano. Cox also recorded songs for other labels, including Broadway and Silvertone. All right, so let's do this. What's our next song? Women Be Wise. Okay. Let's do that one. Okay. I hear these women raving about their monkey men, about their trifling husbands and their no good friends. These poor women sit around all day and moan, wondering why their wandering papas don't come home. But you know what? It's wild women. Wild women don't have the blues. Women Be Wise is Sippy. It's Sippy Wallace. Sorry you on, but we're going to get them in. I hear these women raving about their monkey men, about their trifling husbands and their no good friends. These poor women sit around all day long, wondering why they wanting pampers don't come home. But why women don't worry, why women don't have the blues. Sorry, that's still Women Be Wise. Why women don't worry, why women don't have the blues. We'll get it. We're going live. I hear these women raving about their monkey men, about their trifling husbands and their no good friends. These poor women sit around all day long, wondering why their pampers don't come home. But why women don't worry, why women don't have the blues. Now when you got a man, don't never be on the square, 'cause if you do, he'll have a woman everywhere. I never was known to treat no one man right. I keep him working hard both day and night. 'Cause why women don't worry, why women don't have the blues. We got it now. I got a disposition and a way of my own. When my man starts to kicking, I tell him to find him another home. I get full of good liquor, walk the streets all night, go home and put my man out if he don't act right. 'Cause why women don't worry, why women don't have the blues. Oh yeah. You'll never get nothing by being an angel child. You better change your ways and you better get real wild. I wanna tell you something, I wouldn't tell you no lie. Why women are the only kind that really get by. 'Cause why women don't worry, why women don't have the blues. Get you some of that. Practice until you get it right, huh? Oh yeah, baby. Tony Milano, I got a disposition and a way of my own. When my man starts kicking, he gotta find another home. I got full of liquor, walk the streets all night. I'd go home and put my man out if he don't act right. Why women don't worry, why women don't
have the blues. Did you hear me say it again? I said, why women don't worry, why women don't have the blues, they give the blues. Yes, they do. Why women don't worry, why women don't have the blues. Oh, yes. Why women don't worry, why women don't have the blues. Why women don't worry, and they don't have the blues. Oh, yeah. Maestro Tony Milano. Again, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining us here at the New Rhythm Arts Center Facebook live stream. And this program is sponsored by the Department of Cultural Affairs, making it possible for us to do a lot of work in the performing arts. Our history through music, our history through the blues, paying our contributions to or giving respect to the classic blues singers who contributed their lives coming from plantations to the bigger cities and traveling with the migrants, performing and keeping the migrants informed about housing when they come to the big city, about housing and health care and education and where to find work. In spite of all of that they went through with racism and discrimination and a lack of everything. All they had was each other, to hold on to each other and stay connected and work with each other. And these classic blues women were very strong women who played strong leadership roles in helping one another. In the recording industry, they were the first to record, like Mamie Smith, who was the first blues woman to record. And from there, a trail of other great blues singers recorded. Ma Rainey, Bessie Smith, Ida Cox, Ethel Waters, Alberta Hunter, Sippy Wallace, and so many other great singers that we'll read about in the future. So Ida Cox, she formed a tent show called Raising Cane. In 1929, Ida and Crump, let's see, Crump is in there before, formed their tent show. That was her husband, third husband. Tent show review Raising Cain after the biblical story of Cain and Abel and the resulting colloquialism. Did I say it right? Colloquialism. Cox performed as the title act and Crump served as both accompanist and manager. Through the end of the 20s and into the early 30s, Raising Cain toured black theaters across the southeast and westward through Texas, with shows in Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, Texas, Missouri, and Oklahoma. And they performed several times in Chicago. Yay, always, everybody came to Chicago. The show had 16 chorus girls, comics, and backup singers. The Raising Cain tent show proved so popular that in 1929 it became the first show associated with the Theater Owners Booking Association circuit to open at the famed Apollo Theater in Harlem, New York. Ida, sometimes billed as the Sepia, S-E-P-I-A, Sepia Mae West, headlining touring companies into the 1930s. And this was the pinnacle of her performing career. By the end of the decade, the economic hardships of the Great Depression and the waning popularity of female blues singers made it difficult to maintain performances of the show, with frequent layoffs and gaps in its touring schedule. Ida continued her performing career through the 1930s, and in 1935, she and Crump reorganized Raising Cane, which by then had been renamed Darktown Scandals, and continued to tour the South and Midwest until 1939. In the early 1930s, drummer Earl Palmer entered show business and as a tap dancer into the Darktown Scandals review. Her later career and comeback in 1939, she was invited to participate in the Carnegie Hall concert series From Spirituals to Swing, produced by John Hammond, in which she sang 4-Day Creep with James P. Johnson on piano, Lester Young tenor saxophone, Buck Clayton on trumpet, and Dickie Wells on trombone. It gave her performing career a boost after the Depression. She recorded for Vocalion in 1939, which was a label, and OK Records, Vocalion Records in 1939 and OK Records in 1940, with bands that included Charlie Christian, Hot Lips Page, Red Allen, J.C. Higginbotham, Lionel Hampton, and she continued to perform until 1945, when she was forced into retirement, and after a okay, so I'll read that later. So let's go into the next song. Let's do the next song, which is that 1 Hour Mama.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all, everybody, for being patient and understanding and loving us, and just being here for us. I love this song. I don't know who I sang this song with, but it's me. All these songs I sing, it's me. Here we go. I've always heard that haste makes waste, so I believe in taking my time. The highest mountain can't be raced. It's something you must slowly climb. I want a slow and easy man. He need never take the lead, 'cause I works on that long time plan, and I ain't looking for no speed. I'm a 1 hour mama, so no 1 minute papa ain't the kind of man for me. Set your alarm clock, papa, 1 hour, that's proper. Then love me like I like to be. Break. I don't want no lame excuses about my loving being so good that you couldn't wait no longer. Now I hope I'm understood. I'm a 1 hour mama, so no 1 minute papa ain't the kind of man for me. Look out, I can't stand no greenhorn lover like a rookie going to war with a load of big artillery, but don't know what it's for. He's got to bring me reference with a great long pedigree, and must prove he's got endurance, or he don't mean snack to me. I don't like no crowing rooster, which would kicks too. Action is my only booster of just what my man can do. Break. I don't want no imitation. My requirements ain't no joke, 'cause I've got pure indignation for a guy was lost his stroke. I'm a 1 hour mama, so no 1 minute papa ain't the kind of man for me. Set your alarm clock, papa, 1 hour, that's proper. Then love me like I like to be. I may want love for 1 hour, then decide to make it 2. Takes an hour before I get started, maybe 3, 4, I'm through. 'Cause I'm a 1-hour mama, no 1-minute papa. Ain't the kind of man for me. Go ahead, get your song, Tony. I've always heard that haste makes waste, so I believe in taking my time. The highest mountain cannot be raced. It's something you must slowly climb. I want a slow and easy man. He needn't ever take the lead, 'cause I works on a long time plan, and I ain't looking for no speed. 'Cause I'm a 1-hour mama, no 1-minute papa. Ain't the kind of man for me. Set your alarm clock, papa, 1 hour that's proper, and love me like I like to be. I don't want no lame excuses about my loving being so good that you couldn't wait no longer. Now I hope I'm understood. Ain't the kind of man for me. He ain't the kind of man for me. Yeah, that's right. Hold on. All right. Give it up for Maestro Tony Milano. All right. So Ida, she was forced into retirement after a stroke, which occurred during a performance at a nightclub in Buffalo, New York, and she moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, where she lived with her daughter. And she went back into church, and she disappeared from the music world in search. Let's see. So someone was looking for her. Effectively, she disappeared from the music world until 1959, when John Hammond placed an ad in a Variety magazine in search of her. After locating her, Hammond and the record producer Chris Albertson urged her to make another recording in 1961. And she recorded the album Blues for Rampart Street for Riverside with Roy Eldridge, Coleman Hawkins, Sammy Pierce, Milt Hinton, and Joe Jones. And so the album contained songs from her repertoire, including Wild Women Don't Have the Blues, which had found a new audience. And Ida referred to the album as her final statement. After recording it, she returned to Knoxville to live with her daughter. She had another stroke in 1965. In 1967, she entered East Tennessee Baptist Hospital, where she died of cancer on November 10th, 1967, at the age of 71. Man, that's really something. that whole musical career that she had, recording 78 songs on these record labels, and a lot of those songs, I just love singing them. These are what obscure songs that a lot of singers, female singers, I don't know. Uh, I hear a lot of those songs in theater, but as far as singing them in clubs or festivals and stuff like that, it takes, you have to really, really take those songs to heart and be able to present those songs in a way that the audience can understand the feeling of those songs, because it's all about the blues. And these were songs, vaudeville songs and blues songs that were written by them. And Ida Cox wrote many songs as well. So we pay tribute to Ida Cox, and I will forever keep her music alive, and so do you. You buy her music and share the music and use it as part of as an educational way of telling these stories and teaching the history of these singers. So, I don't know why I'm acting like I'm... Hi. All right, so the life of Ida Cox. Now we have Miss Mississippi Wallace. And I'm reading these from Wikipedia as well, because I have so many books on them, and it's like I go to Wikipedia. I believe that most of what they say is true. And then, because like I said, our history and our music is so missing, so much missing and distorted, it's like you can only hope by hearsay or from others doing research that these, that it's current and it's true. So Mississippi Wallace, she was born, her name was Beulah Bell Thomas. She was born November 1st, 1898, an American singer-songwriter. Her early career in tent shows gained her the billing of the Texas Nightingale. Between 1923 and 1927, she recorded over 40 songs for OK Records, many written by her and her brothers, George and Herschel Thomas. Her accompanists included Louis Armstrong, Johnny Dodds, Sidney Bechet, King Oliver, and Clarence Williams. Among the top female blues vocalists of her era, Wallace ranked with Ma Rainey, Ida Cox, Alberta Hunter, and Bessie Smith. In the 1930s, she left show business to become a church organist, singer, and choir director in Detroit, and performed secular music only sporadically until the 1960s. When she resumed her performing career, Wallace was nominated for a Grammy Award in 1982 and was inducted into the Michigan Women's Hall of Fame. Her early life, Mississippi was born in the Delta lowlands of Jefferson County, Arkansas. She was one of 13 children in her family, and she came from a musical family. Her brother, George Washington Thomas, became a notable pianist, band leader, composer, and music publisher. Her brother, Herschel Thomas, was a pianist and composer. Her niece, Hoshel Thomas, George's daughter, was a pianist and composer. When she was a child, her family moved to Houston, Texas. In her youth, she sang and played the piano in Shiloh Baptist Church, where her father was a deacon. But in the evenings, she and her siblings took to sneaking out to tent shows. By the time she was in her mid-teens, they were playing in those tent shows, performing in various Texas shows. She built a solid following as a spirited blues singer. In 1915, she moved to New Orleans, Louisiana, with Herschel, and 2 years later she married Matt Wallace and took his surname. Wallace followed her brothers to Chicago in 1923 and worked her way into the city's bustling jazz scene. Her reputation led to a recording contract with OK Records in 1923. Her first recorded song was Shorty George and Up the Country Blues. The former written with her brother George, sold well enough to make her a blues star in the early 1920s. Other successful recordings followed, including Special Delivery Blues with Louis Armstrong, Bedroom Blues, written by George and Herschel Thomas, and I'm a Mighty Tight Woman. All right, so, Up the Country Blues. I'll go like this. Let's see. Now we're going to pick it up. Go tell your mama, go tell your papa, go tell your sister, run and tell your auntie that I'm going up the country. Don't you want to go? I need a half dozen to make my ragtime show. When I was leaving, I left some folks grieving. I left my friend moaning. I left my man crying. He knew he didn't want me. He had no right to stall. Break. He treated me low down and dirty. Yes, he did. He bound to reap what he done so. He knocked me out and he kicked me. Yes, he did. He stomped and abused me and knocked and cursed me. He treated me dirty. Even asked me, would I hold his dirty clothes in a matchbox? Oh, baby, he's bound to reap what he sowed. So now I'm headed up the country, and he can't go. Look out. I told him to give me that coat I bought him, that shirt I bought him, those shoes I bought him, those socks I bought him, 'cause he knew he didn't want me. He had no right to stall. I told him to pull off that hat, and I bought him a hat and let his nappy head go bald. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So now my mama got him, my papa got him, my sister got them, my auntie got them. When I woke up this morning, I had the up and country blues. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on in. Oh yeah. And when I looked over in the corner, hey, my grandma had them too. I know I'm gonna hear about this one. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so uh, when she recorded "I'm a Mighty Type Woman," um, it seemed like that there was death, and her brother Herschel died of food poisoning in 1929 at the age of 19. Wow. She moved to Detroit in 1929, and Matt Wallace died in 1936, and George Thomas Washington died on March 6, 1937. So for some 40 years, Sippy Wallace was a singer and organist at the Leland Baptist Church in Detroit. Mercury Records reissued Bedroom Blues in 1945, and aside from an occasional performance or recording date, she did little in the blues until she launched a comeback in 1966 after her longtime friend Victoria Spivey coaxed her out of retirement, and Wallace toured on the Folk and Blues Festival circuit. She recorded an album, Woman Be Wise, on October 31st, 1966, in Copenhagen, Denmark, with Roosevelt Sykes and Little Brother Montgomery playing the piano. She recorded another album in 1966, Sing the Blues, on which she accompanied herself on piano on the title song, with Sykes or Montgomery playing piano on other tracks. Both albums, including her signature song, Women Be Wise, these recordings helped to inspire others. So, let's go to I'm a Mighty Type Woman. I come to you, sweet Papa, falling on my knees. I come to you, pretty Papa, falling on my knees, to ask if you ain't got nobody. Kind darling, take me please, 'cause I'm a mighty type woman. I'm a real type woman. I'm a jack of all trades. I can be your sweet woman and also be your slave. I can do things so good till you will swear that I have a halo over me. I hear everybody saying that I'm tight in everything that I do. I got all the men crying I'm a broad that never feels blue. I'm singing what she wrote. All I want is a real good man, and I will make him happy too. Get you some of that, Tony. Oh yeah, baby, put your hands together. Oh yeah. 'Cause I'm a mighty type woman. I'm a real type woman. Yes, I'm a jack of all trades. I can be your sweet woman and also be your slave. I can be so good to you, baby, till you swear I have a halo over me. Oh yes. I hear everybody saying that I'm mighty tight in everything I do. I got all the men crying, 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 'cause I'm a woman that never feels blue. All I want is a real good man, and I will make him happy too. If you a married man, you ain't got no business here. Mm-hmm. 'Cause when you out with me, I might make your wife shed tears. She was tough. 'Cause I'm a mighty type woman, and there is nothing that I fear. I'm a mighty type woman. Yes, I'm a jack of all trades. I'll be so good to you, baby. I'll also be your slave. I can do all things for you, baby. Come on and give me a chance. Yeah. Oh yeah. She was a tough woman. Well, that was what they was doing. I ain't here to judge. I can't judge. I'm just going by what I read and the songs, because the songs tells it all. Okay, so let's see. She said, let's see. Sippy contributed to Louis Armstrong's album, Louis Armstrong and the Blues Singers, singing "A Jealous Woman Like Me," Special Delivery Blues, Jack O' Diamond Blues, the Mail Train Blues, and I Feel Good. Her and Spivey recorded an album of blues standards, Sippy, Wallace, and Victoria Spivey, and it was released in 1970 by Spivey's label, Spivey's Records, in 1981. Wallace recorded the album Sippy for Atlantic Records, which earned her a 1983 Grammy nomination, and she won the 1982 W.C. Handy Award for Best Album of the Year. And Wallace's backup group was pianist James DePagny's Chicago Jazz Band, consisting of Paul Klinger on cornet, Bob Smith on trombone, and Russ Whitman and Peter Ferran on reeds. So, she appeared at the Newport Folk Festival in 1966, and in 1967 she toured Europe with the American Folk Blues Festival in 1966, and she performed at the Chicago Blues Festival in 1967 and the Ann Arbor Blues Festival in 1972, and appeared at Lincoln Center in New York in 1977. She appeared in the 1982 documentary Jamming with the Blues Greats. She shared the stage with B.B. King at the Montreux Jazz Festival on July 22, 1982, in a performance that was filmed and later broadcast. And with the German boogie-woogie pianist Axel Zwingenberger, she recorded a studio album, Axel Zwingenberger and the Friends of Boogie Woogie, Sippy Wallace in 1983, which included many of her own groundbreaking compositions and other classic blues songs. In 1984, she traveled to Germany and toured with Zwingenberger, where they also recorded her only complete live album, An Evening with Sippy Wallace, for Vagabond Records, and I have that. In March 1986, following a concert at the Berghausen Jazz Festival in Germany, Wallace suffered a severe stroke and was hospitalized. She returned to the United States and died on her 88th birthday at Sinai Hospital in Detroit. She is buried at Trinity Cemetery in Detroit, Wayne County, Michigan. And so in 1986, the documentary Rhapsody Films and producer Roberta Grossman released the documentary Sippy Wallace, blues singer and songwriter, in which Wallace is shown in concert footage. Okay, so now let's sing her song. Women Be Wise. Her and Bonnie Raitt traveled playing this song. Okay. Now, women, be wise. Keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. Don't never sit around explaining just what your good man can do. I hope you understand. Now these women nowadays, they don't mean you no damn good. They're laughing ha-ha in your face and steal your man from you. Women, be wise. Keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. Do you hear me? Don't advertise your man. Now, women, be wise. Keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. Don't sit around boasting about how your man cooked your breakfast and bring it to your table. I hope you understood. Cause these women nowadays, they don't mean you no damn good. They laugh in your face, steal your man from you. Women, be wise. Keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. Do you believe me? Don't advertise your man. Now you know your girlfriend that live next door, the one that comes to see you every day. Now what do you think she's doing? While you out there working and you far away, I believe she's got your man in your bed. Now you got to listen. You better listen to what I say. Women, be wise. Keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. Do you believe me? Don't advertise your man. Don't go advertising nobody. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Maestro Tony Milano. Now, women, be wise. Keep your damn mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. Everything he do, you ain't got to tell him. Please listen to what I say. 'Cause these women nowadays, they don't mean you no good. You gotta really listen. 'Cause I'm telling you, women, be wise. Keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. Do you believe me? Don't advertise your man. I said, don't advertise your man. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our stories, our bios on Miss Ida Cox and Mississippi Wallace, and some of the songs that they recorded. And thank you so much, Tony, Maestro Tony Milano, for doing the greatest job in accompanying me on these songs. And we'll be back next Sunday at this time. And we'll have a musician. I'm going to bring a guitarist in, and we're going to focus on some current blues singers. And so we hope you join us next week. And remember, this is sponsored by Department of Cultural Affairs. My name is Katherine Davis, and thank you, New Rhythm Arts Center. And thank you for our listening audience and our supporters in helping us keep this going. And I promise I'm going to get better. I promise I'll get better. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, which is Sunday, and have a beautiful week as well. It's going to be 50s and 60s here in Chicago. So see you out there. Peace and love.